I would like to discuss healing from parental trauma, letting go of victimhood, and reclaiming your power. Holding on to victimhood keeps you trapped in a cycle of pain that prevents you from fully stepping into your power. Yes, your parents may have made mistakes and their actions may have hurt you, but they did the best they could with the tools they had. Some people, however, are intentional in their harm, knowing the damage they cause and choosing to ignore it. But that's their burden, not yours. When it comes to healing from parental trauma, the real work begins with forgiving yourself. It's easy to blame yourself for what happened, wishing that you could have done something differently, but the pain was meant to teach you a lesson, even if it was hard and uncomfortable. You may not have understood it at the time, but now the question is, what will you do with it? Transmute your pain, alchemize it into strength. Take what you've learned and use it to rebuild not only your life, but your sense of self. You are not defined by the past, and your future is yours to create. Forgive yourself, and if possible, forgive your parents also, not for their sake, but for yours. Don't let them to continue to occupy space in your mind. They may have screwed you over, they may have wronged you, but why give them the satisfaction of seeing you suffer? Release them in a way that feels right for you, and make sure you release the pain in a way that feels right for you. Once the weight is lifted, redirect your energy into moving toward happiness. Accelerate toward joy because the best revenge is living a life filled with peace, purpose, and prosperity. Cutting people off who disrespect you is not cruelty. It's the natural consequence of holding boundaries. You are protecting your peace, and that is an act of self-love. Your boundaries are your shield and your strength, and by honoring them, you free yourself to step into your full potential. When you look back, you'll realize just how powerless your parents were and are over your future. You'll stand tall, renewed, and ready to claim the life you deserve. This goes for not just your parents, but everybody. A lot of times the parental trauma is really jarring because as we pull back the layers of things that we go through with other people, we realize it really has to do with stuff that we picked up at home in childhood and in the environment our parents placed us in. If your parents truly love you and mean well, even if they're screwed up and not perfect, there's going to be a time where your heart rises to see that, where your mind and your wisdom and your discernment rises to understand your parents were just people. If they're really screwed up and they suck, you're going to be able to cut them off as well as anybody else that disrespects you because you'll understand that your peace is more important than their presence. And that in and of itself will make your life a gift.